Hello there.
So episode 1 of Masters of the Year has been uploaded on the channel, and I just uploaded episode 2. The reception has been great. Thank you guys for following me on this journey with Band of Brothers with the Pacific, and now Masters of the Year. The reception was fantastic. The comment section is great as usual, with you guys telling me the history and giving me the facts on the behind the scenes of this show, the facts of the history itself with the bomb squad and everything that went down. And yes, some interesting facts nonetheless about the casualty rate being about 70%. That's absolutely insane. So I'm interested to see how that's depicted as the show goes along, because I think this show is quality at the moment. Listen, it doesn't reach the heights of Band of Brothers in the Pacific as yet, but it's getting better, it looks like, from episode 2's ending, and I'm interested to see what goes on. And thank you guys for letting me know about the production of this show and what went on, behind the scenes, especially with Austin Butler as well, filming this 2 weeks after finishing Elvis. So obviously the accent, would still be fresh, and you guys say it gets better as the show goes along. And yeah, obviously when you spend nearly 2 years prepping for one character, and all the probably method acting that goes into it, it's hard to wash away that accent. And I don't know if Austin Butler is ever going to wash away that accent. I mean, in Dune 2 it seemed like he was fine, but yeah, a lot of people tell me, I was speaking to my sister again, and she was saying every time I see a video of Austin Butler, he seems to be acting as Elvis again. Like, he seems to be put in the same accent. I don't know. Listen, I love Austin Butler nonetheless. I think he's great in this show, and I don't give a crap about the accent, whether it sounds like Elvis or not. Let's get into the reaction, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shooting a shot. This is Masters of the Year, episode 3. Let's see what's in store for us this episode. Let's go.
The 8th will be sending up a max effort with 3 air task forces, totaling 376 heavy bombers and 240 fighters. That's the largest air armada ever assembled in the history of mankind.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be crazy.
Now, we will be in the first task force, targeting the Messerschmitt 109 engine assembly plant in Regensburg. Second and third task forces will hit the ball bearing factories in Schweinfurt. And no war machine moves without ball bearings. If we succeed, we knock German production offline for months. There's no telling how many lives we could save. Corporal. Oh boy. This is Regensburg.
Oh boy. Get to know it well.
Now, you're probably thinking, that's a lot of flying time over crowd territory.
You're right.
It is. It's the deepest we've attempted to reach. But the Mighty Eighth has a plan. Major Bowman.
Good, man. It's a 3-punch combo. And the Krauts will only be able to defend one of them. So, execution and timing will be essential.
Major, why does that red line go all the way down to Africa?
That is a characteristically astute question, Kurt, and I'll answer that in a moment.
All right, last one.
Now, the 3 task forces will assemble over the channel together and then split here. Now, the Luftwaffe will only be able to mount a sizable defense against our first task force before having to head back to base to rearm and refuel. And when they finally get back in the air, the second and third task forces should be dropping their bombs on the ball bearing factory in Schweinfurt, while we're dropping our bombs on Regensburg. Now, to answer your question, Kurt, as we drew the, how can I put this, the shitty end of the stick on the approach, and we're taking the brunt of the enemy fighters, the brass, they've come up with an ingenious plan that is sure to confuse the hell out of the crowds when we're a no-show for the return.
Lead squadron is the 418th, and Major Kidd is command pilot of the group. In addition, Major Egan will be flying in Captain Cruikshank's Ford as reserve command pilot of the group. Major Veal leads the 349th and the 351st in the high position.
What, I got a fucking passenger? Apparently so.
There you are. Now, seems like we have a little tricky weather pressure in the early hours. Stormy.
Let me guess. It's gonna rain. 100% chance.
100% chance.
Right, sir. Over the base today, gentlemen. Cloud cover stands at about 5/10 stratus at 4,000 feet, topped by 5/10
The hell's a
satellite
reserve
at
command
14,000.
pilot?
Cloud will reduce
I don't
to
know.
the coast.
You've been demoted.
Had nothing to do with it.
Visibility will be up to 3 miles all the way to the target. Cloud and visibility should be good over the Alps and on your way south to Africa.
And the success of this mission rests upon getting all 3 task forces precisely coordinated over the channel. If we don't rendezvous in sync, well, there's no pass fake.
That means a fake pass in sports talk.
0 flat 20 in 10 seconds. Good luck. I'll see you all in a few days.
Yeah, Buck ain't too fond with sports.
Hack.
Foggy weather as well.
Wait. Do you ask it, are you the good goblin?
No, but you're getting closer.
Smarter than I thought, Kraft.
$10 says the second and third task force is already up in the air.
Nah. They wouldn't hit their target before we formed up with them.
What if they do?
And this genius plan is shit.
So this delay, like I said, should do this, should do that. And listen, a little fog causes delay each half an hour. Means the plan could go haywire. And that synchronization they were talking about ain't gonna happen.
Good boy.
Hey, Buck.
How you boys doing?
Yancy? No, I mean, I'm feeling good. I feel like this could be a big one, you know?
It is.
I think we could do some real damage. Well,
I'm telling you right now,
better get back to the ant farm.
I don't know if Barry Keoghan's character is making it through this entire show. I do not know. I don't think so. I don't know. Something about it. Rubs me the wrong way. I hope he does, but I don't know.
Here you go, sir.
LeMay wants his wheels up. He doesn't want to wait for the other task forces.
What do you mean?
They'll have to catch up, sir.
Now that's a major problem.
Engine start at 0640. Send up a flare to resume operations. Yes, sir. We're sending them straight into hell. Alone.
Have to respect the chain of command, but what if they don't catch up? Like, oh, straight into the thick of the action. By the way, I just saw a comment on episode 2 as the intro was playing. I got a notification on my phone that the flak itself didn't need to be a direct hit to affect or take down a plane. It's the shrapnel from it that causes the damage, so thank you for that.
Command pilot to crew. Anyone see the other task forces? Radio negative. Voice negative. Dial negative. Negative, sir. Negative.
Man, I remember, I think there was a flight mission in Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, and that was immersive. I remember playing that mission and just thinking, wow.
Supposed to be sweeping up after us to make sure they don't come back for seconds. Where are they, huh? Mia, you sure you don't see anyone? Not a one of them. Still alone.
So obviously,
You think we can get closer to Blakely?
So obviously the Major knew that the other task forces were going to be behind and will need to catch up. Now, obviously, I think the fighters themselves were aware of this, but why did they rush the takeoff? Why did they send one task force earlier than the other? Why didn't they stick to the plan? Is it because, you know, they had to do it on that specific day? They didn't want to wait. You know, we have to do it on this day. We've waited long enough. We're sending one task force in to hell straight away. We're abandoning the formation and we're banking on them catching up. Now, isn't that a bit like, not negligent, but isn't that a poor plan in general, you know, to bank on them catching up? Because you got to allow for contingencies. You've seen in the first 2 episodes, these things never go according to plan. You have to expect the worst of the worst. And you saw how important the formation is in the first 2 episodes, and it could mean the difference between life and death if one plane is out of formation or not. Like, it's just interesting that the other 2 task forces are way behind, or maybe haven't even been taken off yet. And it's just the 3rd task force being led into hell by themselves.
Can do. Fighters, 2 o'clock. 9 o'clock, long. More coming. I'm on the 9. All fighters, 2 o'clock level. Got you, son of a bitch. More at 11 o'clock low. There goes the clear.
Oh, friendly fire would have been so prominent, I reckon, in these fights.
Next flat locked up. Compensating.
Woo.
Shit! Buck's hit! Hell with it! Going down to the nose! Roger. Down clock low! Down the nose coming your way! 2 o'clock high! They're gonna split first! They're going for Buck! Fighters! 2 o'clock high! Copy, got him. Hit him, boys! They're going after the 2nd element!
What I do like about the action itself, listen. I think it's executed really well. I think the action is easy to follow, especially for an air battle when you have multiple bombers and you're depicting multiple characters. I think it's edited pretty well. I think, yeah, like I said, easy to follow.
Left wing's on fire. Should we bail, Roy? Roy! Roy! Should we bail? Should we bail? How's the crew? Abandoned ship, bail out! Abandoned ship, bail out! Did you say abandoned ship? Yes, goddammit! Destroy the orders and bail! Pilot the bombardier, open the bomb bay doors!
Hey, they're flying over enemy territory for a while. They're gonna land in enemy territory.
Torch, double the bomb!
They could be hitting civilian areas as well.
Fuck, there's a crew! I'm stuck! I can't get out of the turret! What do you mean you can't get out? The elevation clutch is jammed! It won't crank!
Well, no man, but let's say no man left behind, but both of them could go down here.
Help me out! Quinn, come on, help me, man! Push! Follow the count of 3! Try it! 1, 2, 3! Come on! Push, baby, baby! Help me! Come on, Quinn! Please! Come on, get me out of here, please!
You gonna leave him?
I'm sorry. What do you mean? No! No! Come back, Quinn! Quinn, please! I can't! Get me out of this thing! No! I can't! Please! Quinn! I'm sorry, babyface! No! I'm sorry. No!
You'll have to live with that for the rest of your life. Man, Buck's bomber is absolutely getting decimated. And they still up.
He's not breathing. Waist to 11. Fifth is dead, sir. It's 11 o'clock high. Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! You okay? Yeah. Get back up there and man your gun. Main electrical panel's been hit.
Obviously, you guys in the comments also were talking about, I can't remember the name of the exact gun that was shooting up at these planes, or the bullets that the Krauts or the Germans were using from their fighter pilots, or their fighter planes, sorry. But basically, taking a bullet from one of those, one of the comments said, you do not want to see what that does to a man. And obviously, in these moments right here, when there's 10 individuals, I think it was 10 per bomber. I think the first episode said, you guys were saying, and you know, one plane goes down, that's 10 individuals in that. That's why the casualty rate was so high. And you'd have many bombers go out on a particular mission and not many will return. That's why you have to cherish every moment. You know, listen, the show depicts them with, like, you know, high hopes at the start of the episode. You know, this is the biggest mission ever. This is the most ambitious one we've done yet. We have this many bombers going. We have Task Force 1, Task Force 2, Task Force 3. You're going to Africa, boys. And just like that, all plans are thrown out the window because of a little bit of fog. And then obviously maybe a rushed decision from the chain of command. And then all that completely goes out the window. And then you have a task force go into hell by themselves. And then 2 task force completely lacking behind. And I don't even know if they've taken off yet. So mentally, as a pilot or even as a squad member, you're thinking to yourself, we're out here alone. There's no backup coming. And especially when you see one of your group members get hit, I don't think these guys were trained the best medically, or there wasn't many medical supplies on this plane. So you have to continue to act quickly. And you can't dwell on the passing of a fellow squad member as well. And you just got to let it be. And like one of the comments said, you don't want to see what one of those, you know, one of those one of those bullets, if I think they are bullets, or one of those shells does to a man, especially at that altitude, that high speed, and obviously with the cold temperatures as well. Oh man.
Bad is it? Generator's dead, I can't tell. Waste the pilot. Phoenix been hit. Pressure's dropping everywhere. All systems. Kurt, we're losing her. No, we're not.
Oh. No. And just as I was talking about, just as I was talking about what one of those bullets can do to a man, the co-pilot gets taken out. Now, that's one of those moments I feel like I'm being a bit nitpicky here, but I just want to call it out for how it is. When you have that shot of an incoming plane launching, you know, a plethora amount of bullets into the cockpit window right there, and then you have Barry Keoghan, who's clearly, you know, an A-list actor, a main character, not get hit at all or is unscathed by one of those. It takes me out of the scene a little bit, and just to see the co-pilot get hit, especially when you have that shot right there, that sort of medium close-up shot of the incoming bullets, you know, thrashing through the window. Obviously, it could have been on one side, but, you know, if you want me to buy into the show, if you want to make me feel for these characters, if you want to make me, you know, think that they're all in danger, it'd be interesting to see one of the main characters go out early, or get severely injured early on, like a Band of Brothers, like the Pacific. Even Lecky in the Pacific got absolutely annihilated at points. You saw in the Bastogne episode of Band of Brothers, you know, I thought you look at Garnier and his boys, I forgot the other individual, but you think they'll, you know, they act like they're impenetrable, but they come back from war, they get injured, they come back into the fray, bang, Garnier loses a leg. They crack jokes about it, but they lose a leg. They weren't invincible. That's what I loved about those shows. Obviously, it was accurate to the facts as well, with those soldiers in history losing a limb, or, you know, dying in action. But it's just interesting here that the show, you know, because it's Barry Keoghan as Kurt, and I love him as this actor. I love him as this character, sorry. I think he's fantastic. But when you have a shot right there of an incoming plane launching that amount of bullets at that force, at that speed, right into the cockpit, and get Barry Keoghan's characters unscathed, it does take me out of the action a little bit. I know I sound nitpicky, but I feel like it's just like a bit the script protecting Barry Keoghan, if that makes sense.
Mickey, wake up!
Like, I feel like it could be executed a little bit better.
Fuck! She's not gonna make it.
Listen, I'm sure there were plenty cases where the co-pilot themselves got taken out like this and the pilot themselves had to save the mission themselves. Or the pilot got killed and the co-pilot had to, you know. Oh!
Mickey, stay with me. I'm gonna get you down safely. We have to fail. Come on. Go, I'll be right behind you. Go. Promise me. I'll be behind you. I'm gonna keep her level till everyone bails out.
Listen, I could have said this right here and Barry Keoghan might die trying to save everyone here. And it would be the biggest FU moment on this channel.
I'm getting this down, Dick. I have control. Right over there, you see it? That long field, all right? Mickey, stay with me. Come on. Come on, Kurt. Fly like an angel, all right?
Just as I say that.
Across the channel.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How did that? Fair play. The show is ballsy. Gotta give it. They should have abandoned the bomber when they had the chance. I like that now. Don't get attached to anyone. Because they could be gone like that. Oh man, I ate my words there. I ate my words, man. I was in the baby chair and I had the little airplane. Bang! Eat your words. Wonky effects right there, but I love that. Like, not the effects themselves, but I love what was depicted right there. The horrors of the aircraft battles. What was hit then? Oh, okay.
I think the column may be jamming on something. Left rudder pedal feels loose and I've only got right rudder. Compensate. I can't. Help me. I think we may be done. It's not responding. We can manage it. We use throttles and rudder trim. It's too much. We need to bail out. Engine 3 is on fire too. Pilots and crew, get ready to pick. You son of a bitch. We are gonna sit here and take it. You hear me? We're gonna take it. These pilots and crew, we're gonna stick with our mission as long as we can fly. Somebody check if that last hit ruptured a fuel tank. Navigator to pilot. I see it. We got a leak. Roger. Looks like the crowds are heading back to refuel. Keep your eyes peeled. They're refueling. How we looking, Cross? Navigator to command.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit by one of those, man.
Roger.
That would tear your flesh.
Flares up.
Hey, solid episode. Really good episode. I'm sorry, I ate my words so much. You guys are probably watching that bit of me commentating, and you're talking about how Barry Keoghan was protected by the script, and then moments later, oh, I kid you not, like that. Oh, that was perfectly planned. That was perfectly, like, the show gave me the biggest FU. Like, alright. I swear that was like an episode 8 moment and the show just put it in episode 3 just to screw me over. Apple TV, I see what you're doing.
Holding 155. Autopilot is set.
Hey, he couldn't land that plane properly. They foreshadowed it.
Roger. My aircraft. Fighters, 10 o'clock high. Coming in. I got that son of a bitch. Bay door's opening! Prepare to drop. We gotta get it done, boys.
I'd like to see...
Bombs away!
I'd like to see what the visual effects will look like on, you know, bigger TV, streaming it from Apple TV on one of the apps on like a smart TV in 4K Ultra HD. I'd just be interested to see what they look like.
Sir, that factory is gone.
Mission accomplished, boys.
Can we go home now?
Not yet, Stroud. Gotta make a little pit stop in Africa.
I'm glad that we're seeing this right here.
No, it's okay.
Allemand?
I'm American.
Américain?
Can you help me?
Wait here. Les Américains.
You sure?
Hey, some pilots or some crew members might not have been lucky. They might have ended, you know, landed right in enemy territory.
Command pilot to tail. How many left behind us?
Tell the command pilot, 9. Major, I don't know how much longer we can hold this.
We're okay.
I think if we're gonna ditch,
We can
we
make
should...
it.
Elevator line is shot to shit, sir.
I'm not planning to sit this thing out in the Starlink. Are you? Lindsay?
Hollenbeck and DeMarco following. Tell the pilot. DeMarco's sticking with us. Hollenbeck is abandoning ship. 8 shoots. 9. All 10.
That is, yeah,
Lindsay.
10 for a crew in each
How
bomber.
you doing?
We're okay, sir. Just taking in a view in the fresh thin air.
You did good. Glad I had you with me. That goes for the rest of you rabble on this fort, too. Great job, fellas.
Hey, Doug. Yeah. Do you know when we lost Biddick? I didn't have time to mark it in the log.
Jesus Christ, I don't think a goddamn navigator in the entire wing had time to work the log.
I just want to get it right, okay?
I know, Claus.
In the heat of the moment,
Down, 1100.
Yeah, got it.
in the heat of the moment, there's no way to log that down.
We're under 600, sir.
Pilot to navigator, we got just under 600 gallons left.
Can we get us to Africa? No, Major. It looks like we might need more like 750 at present speed. We've been leaking fuel since the IP.
Roger. Lead pilot to crew. We need to stretch our range as much as possible.
Dump everything.
Dump everything.
Yep,
Now
yep,
go to
yep.
town. Bomb site, guns, ammo, everything.
Bombinator pilot! You saved my bomb site?
We're over water, Norm. Krauts won't get it.
Let it go. DeMarco's clean. Cleven's dumping now. Looks like Van Noy's gonna ditch in the water. Navigator to pilot. Van Noy ditched smoothly in water. Approximately 350 miles from land.
Damn.
Roger.
Is he good?
But if you choose to attempt to escape, you will be treated as a spy if captured, and likely you will be executed. Do you understand?
Yes.
And which you choose? Surrender or escape?
Choices, choices, choices. I know if that was Buck. Buck's choosing escape, man. He ain't surrendering to nobody.
Pilot to crew. Africa dead ahead.
Fork in the road here, Krause. Do with the answer to that riddle.
The
And-
answer to the riddle's 184.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Some of these CGI landscapes need to be improved, man. They need to be rendered a bit more. Looks like I'm playing Flight Simulator X. Come on, 184, 184. Yep, upbeat music. We good, we good. Yeah, we good.
12 o'clock. And change.
Big up Crosby again. He 2 from 2.
Alright, nice work. Command pilot to Suit 2. Airfield's in sight.
And surviving one mission is the biggest blessing. Imagine not having to Valhalla. Imagine having to go on multiple, you know, landing, recharge, go back again. Surviving that one, landing, recharge, go again. Survive that one, and then
Landing gear down.
no matter how like
coming down. Right gear down.
like I know these pilots or these crew members, they get the time to recharge in between missions. But like I said, each mission is nearly suicide. It's a blessing to survive one. And while you're up there, it's hours and hours of hell straight. Straight. Kiss the land, kiss the land. That's what I would do.
Hey, Blakely. What was the answer to that riddle?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Well, pretty sure this ain't Valhalla.
Hey, but it will do. It will do.
There's the airstrip. Due south.
We're dropping fuel pressure on 4. Feathering.
I'm gonna sharpen the turn to the runway.
Hey, think about it. Buck's co-pilot hours ago was saying we need to jump now, and Buck's like, nah, we stick it through. We weather the storm. Then yet again he was questioning whether they should jump. Nah, we gonna weather the storm.
That's it. We're a glider now. Landing gear now.
Wait.
100 feet.
Wait. Now.
Right landing gear down.
Left down. Flaps a quarter.
Better late than never.
Let's get that Kuba wagon.
Yeah, after being in the, you need to get your bearings right, man.
It's okay. Hey, North. All right.
Pull the med kits off the plane. Let's get these guys in the wagon.
Guys, lend a hand. Get them on the wagon. Listen to kid. Look after him,
got
all
it.
right?
Major, I got him.
You got him.
Come on.
I don't know how you flew that thing all the way to Africa, but you couldn't make the runway. It's right there. Huh?
I lost 4 forts.
I know.
How many of us made it?
11 out of 21. What about Clater? Any suits?
That's all right.
I didn't see any.
Yeah. And Kurt?
Just over 50%. That's still not good, but
I don't know.
Yeah, well, knowing Biddick, he's probably sipping on a bottle of schnapps right about now.
I wish you were right.
We're gonna get through this. Come on. Don't you stop believing that.
Sure, Bucky.
So the first and second task force never, did they ever, you know, get in the air? All right, next up. Listen, that was a beautiful episode, ladies and gentlemen. dare I say, probably the best one yet. I feel like this show is getting better and better as it goes along. And listen, it seems like what I saw right there, that little sneak peek next up on Master of the Air. I forgot his name, but it seems like we're going to be following that character as well as he tries to escape back to England, potentially. And we're going to be getting the perspective of, you know, a pilot or crew, a bomber member, you know, ejecting from the plane and parachuting in a specific spot and, you know, trying to make it back to England. And I'm guessing other individuals, you know, if you land in enemy territory, you might be shot and killed on sight, or under the Geneva Conventions, you know, a prisoner of war. So yeah, it's very interesting that we're going to be possibly getting the perspective of that character right there, the one who, you know, had to abandon his, you know, fellow, you know, his fellow soldier right there in the plane just before it completely exploded. You know, understandable in the circumstances. Clearly, they either were both going to die. Listen, you can probably give him shit for not trying to save his. I don't know. Could he have done a bit more? Probably not in the circumstances. Listen, at that altitude, and even, you know, with him completely flying everywhere. Listen, possibly not. It's just one of those circumstances. It's harsh. It is what it is. And it's sad, but he saved his own skin. And yeah, it seems like we're going to be getting the perspective of him trying to escape. Other than that, I thought, you know, the sequence in the air this episode was pretty great, actually. I really, really enjoyed it. I just wish I feel like, I don't know if there's a specific ingredient missing from some of the action sequences in this show. I don't know if they're as immersive or, you know, as visceral as, you know, Band of Brothers or the Pacific. I think some of that has got to do with the sound design. I just wish maybe they drain out the music at points and just leave it to the natural diegetic sound from the air. Let the action, or let the actual natural sound from the action up in the sky do the talking, rather than having sort of like the racing high tense musical score. So I reckon it would be interesting to see if the show does do that at points. And as well, I commented it in episode 1, the aspect ratio. I feel like the aspect ratio does take you out of it a little bit. But these are just nitpicks. But I just feel like this show still is missing a certain ingredient that Band of Brothers and the Pacific had, especially Band of Brothers. But it's still great. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's as bad as some people told me it was. But who knows? Maybe the passionate comments will start flooding in about, you know, the show not doing justice to the 350th, or I can't remember what the squad exactly is called, but not doing justice to the Royal Air Force. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how these it'll be interesting to see whether these comments do begin to flood in during the reactions, and to see what people think. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for reacting. Thank you for watching this reaction. It's been a pleasure reacting to this show thus far, and I can't wait to continue it. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.